Welcome back. Today I want to do just a short tutorial on how to use OpenTimelineIO to move your video edits from one video editor to another. So the use case that I feel this would be good for would be for people that are possibly using the free version of DaVinci Resolve and not the studio version that I have here, to get GPU encoding on your GPU by doing your edit in Resolve and then exporting out that edit as an OpenTimelineIO and then bringing it into Kdenlive and then rendering on your AMD or Intel GPU using VAAPI. Or if you have an NVIDIA GPU that does not support AV1 encoding, as if you do have a GPU that supports AV1, the free version of DaVinci Resolve will do AV1 encoding, but only on NVIDIA under Linux. So for everybody else, this is kind of more of a tutorial for you and just a kind of demonstration of OpenTimelineIO. DaVinci Resolve does not need a plugin for this to work. So what I'm going to do is, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go in here. Let's see. We are going to, let's just go here with this footage here. We're going to change the frame rate. We're going to make sure my project is set the way I want. I do have a preset. We're going to load that. Okay, and now I do want to go to my editing files, bring in my outro. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump this in here really quick. So let's see, I'm going to maybe go, let's see, I'll go possibly here. We'll cut there. And then we're just going to do like let's do a cut here. Bring this over, maybe, let's bring it to here. Now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and add a 30 frame dissolve here. Even though I know that the dissolve is not going to transfer through into Kdenlive. That is one of the issues I did find. I'm just going to go here, do that cut. We're going to bring this in, put that there. We'll do trim clips for the dissolve. Okay, so now I'm just going to save this. The way you need to do this is you have to go to the timeline over here, right click it, timelines, and you want to go to export, and you want to do this AEF, you see OTIO here, select that, and you want to go down to OTIO files. You don't want to select OTI bundle files because DaVinci Resolve does not support that. So you're going to just select that. We're going to leave it named as timeline 1. Here, I'll just bring that over. We'll name it like that. We'll save it. Okay, that is set there. So now we'll close DaVinci Resolve. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to open Kdenlive. Now I'm not going to change any of my settings or anything. I'm just going to go to File, Open Timeline, Import. Go to my home folder. We'll select this one. It's not the one that I renamed, but we'll go ahead and import it. It's footage from my toxic playthrough. We do have to let it finish previewing the file. This is something you do have to do, is let it render out the waveforms. So we'll come back once this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit Control S. We're going to save this. OTIO is what I'm just going to call it. We're going to save it. Reason I saved it there is because sometimes there is an issue, but we'll go here, right click on this clip. We'll restore the audio. I'm just bringing this to make it easier on me. Restore the audio. Now this is not going to show the audio files. That's a bug that I'm noticing is happening inside of Kdenlive, even though the audio is there. With all of this inside of Kdenlive now, once you have it set up like this with OpenTimelineIO, you will need to go back through and add transitions into your video because those do not pass through. That is one of the things, is you will have to do your transitions, because as you can see when it goes through this section here, but let's get the transition, right here, the dissolve transition is not there. It's just a hard cut, and that's actually cutting out like 5 minutes worth of video in that spot. So, but from here, I would normally go through, remove this second track because this is actually both of these tracks, and I like to have my game audio desktop and my mic audio separate from each other, which is why I record it this way. However, now that it's like this, you can then go through, you can go to your render, and I actually have a custom preset that I made. It's like 100 megabit recording or encoding of constant bitrate. Well, this one sets 70,000. This is a way that you can gain access to these other hardware encoders if you're using the free version of DaVinci Resolve and you don't want to render it on your CPU and have your system just ramp up to heavy load to where your fans are running all heavy. But you can also go the opposite direction from Kdenlive back into DaVinci Resolve. So say maybe you like doing just a rough edit in Kdenlive, you can then go into DaVinci Resolve to fine tune it, and then you can go back to Kdenlive and then render it out. There's many uses for this. One of them being maybe you're someone working with another content creator and they like to do just rough edits, and then they like to have, maybe you're hired as a video editor, maybe they do a rough edit, they save it out as an OpenTimelineIO, and they put all the files together, in the proper folder, and they save the OpenTimelineIO file with it. Then you can then import it in any of the video editors that you use, and you can finish out the edit and then render it out. Or you can do the edit, send it to them, and maybe they're using a different video editor than you. They can view your edit, make any changes they want, and then render it out, and then it's done. That's just one of the use cases. I do believe that is one of the main use cases for OpenTimelineIO, is for mixed video editor uses. So I do like that is functioning inside of Kdenlive. It looks like it's got a few bugs to work out, but it seems to be pretty decent. I am keeping an eye on Kdenlive because of some of the roadmap for Kdenlive is looking very good. Now, how fast they'll get some of the features that they want implemented, that's a different matter. But I do want to keep an eye on Kdenlive because honestly, for like my gameplay videos, Kdenlive actually is perfectly fine for it. It is slow to edit though, a very extremely large file. So if I was going to edit stuff in this, I would honestly generate proxies for all of that. Honestly, I'm getting to the point where I'm about to start using proxies inside of DaVinci Resolve also anyways. I just need more storage on my system. If you guys would like to see any more tutorials pertaining to Kdenlive, because I do want to do some tutorials pertaining to specifically open source software for people that may be switching to Linux and don't want to buy the commercial programs, leave a comment below what you would like to see, and I will look into going ahead and doing some more in-depth stuff. Like, subscribe, comment below, share the video, and I'll see you next time. Later.